discuss about the properties. So we are going to understand the properties and properties test step 1. Yesterday we have already gone through what is the use of a properties test step and what are the types of properties are there. Global level properties are there, test level properties are there, project level properties are there, test suite level and test case level properties are there. And we are going to see how to read the values into the request step or somewhere else you use it from the global level properties. Okay, where these global level properties are available. So yesterday already we saw the properties test step in the test case. So I will show you once again. This is the properties test step, okay, which is available in the test case level. And and where are the global level properties? Global level properties are here in the go to file, then go to the preference and go to the global properties section. Here are the global properties. You can create the properties here also. Okay. And now what I will do, just I'll export this to 1 minute. Okay. Even these properties can be exported or imported from external hard disk source. Okay. Now what I done is I prepared. So what I will do, I'll open the properties which I imported right now, exported. So even we can create the properties in any flat file like a text file or a Excel file or CSV file, and we can import this file anywhere you want. Okay, in the properties field. Now what I will do, I will use this same thing, ID equal to 19. So in place 19, I'll place it as a 22. In place, I'll say save so test. I'll replace the values. I'll save it as of now. Then I saved it. It's a flat file, or you can make it as a text file also. So what I will do, I'll go to the global properties. From the file, go to preferences, then click on a global properties. Then here you will be having an option to load the property values from the external file. Okay, click on that, browse the file wherever it is. Okay, so props, I named it as a props. Then click on open button. So the path will be displayed here. So here it is asking create missing properties or delete remaining the properties. So I am keeping the default properties as it is only. If I select these two, these three will be deleted, and whatever the properties which are available in the props file, no, those will be replaced here. If I uncheck, all will be appended with the existing one. So I create missing properties, I have to select. Okay, then I got it. It got appended with all the properties over here. Now I want to read these property values into my test step, a request step. How do I read it? Okay, here I want to read it. When we yesterday what we done, we read it from the step where input data, which is the property step at a test case level. But I want to read the values from the global properties level. How do I read it? So now what I will do, I will add the same step here. Now I'll remove this, or you can remove this. I'll go to right click, go to get data, and here you see the global, and select the property from which you want to pass the value to the element. I selected the project ID. Here you see the syntax dollar of ID. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have any names before and after. Here yesterday we saw that it's a input. It's a test case level. Okay, if you have to remember the syntax, this can be asked in the interview questions. What is the syntax to retrieve the values from the global properties? What is the syntax to retrieve the values from the properties test step? Or what is the syntax to retrieve the values from the test case level or a test suite level or a project level? Okay, this is the syntax to read the values from the global properties. You don't have to mention any name over here. Just you have to give the dollar curly brace open and property name. That means that it's accessing the global properties. Okay, I'll say that here syntax to read values from global properties. Okay, this is the syntax. ID is a property in global properties. Okay, now so let's complete this here. Just I will remove this one. However, we have the title same. I will remove. Now we learned the syntax, right? So just we'll play with the syntax instead of going with the get data. Right click and get data method. Okay, right click the straightforward. We will write the method. Okay. Here also we have one global property reading. So I will remove here also. Now just save the project. It got saved. Just close this project. Double click on the test case. Okay. Now how many steps are there? So I will disable this step which is not required for me right now because we are not going to read the values from there. If you disable means it will not be taken into the consideration. Okay, only we are going to run the two test cases. Okay, here we don't have a property step, but we have the properties stored in the at a global level. We have stored the properties at a global level and we are going to read it in the request. So I am going to run this one, run this test case. So when we run the test case means the test steps which are available in that test step cases, all test will be executed one by one. Okay, so it got executed successfully. Now here if you want to see whether it got read the values properly or not. Here you can see the test case log. Here it will show the step by step execution. Okay, what happened? It will show how much time it has taken and what happened with that one. Okay, now here I click on this test step one. Double click on it. You will get one window pop up open. Give me a second. It takes time. Okay, so when I double click on that window, so where it is, I will get a message viewer window. What is this called? This is called a message viewer window, wherein it replicates the whatever the values are passed into the request are correct or not. When you see the same in the request, when you open, here you see it looks like a something So whatever the parameter values, here is the parameterization it looks like. But in the message viewer, in the same request step, we can conclude that the values are correctly passed or not. We can come to know that whether the values whatever we wanted to pass are passed correctly